Meanwhile, their friends from across the Arroyo, San Benito, looking good as well. It's been a while since they lost, like against Harlingen and against Edinburgh. San Benito, they didn't look great in the first half. They had a couple of turnovers, but the fact is Edinburgh had more. 3 turnovers in the red zone, 5 turnovers total. San Benito took advantage, which is what San Benito needed to do, and now they are headed to the next round of the playoffs. So it is San Benito taking on Laredo United. The Longhorns with a huge win over Sharyland this past week, and it will be Friday. It will be in Corpus Christi at Cabinets Field. Waiting for the winner will be either San Antonio Madison or East Central. Joe, your thoughts on San Benito and what they were able to do against Edinburgh and how they're looking in this playoff?
Well, at some point in the season, everyone thought that maybe the Hounds were overachieving. I think all that talk is gone. I think this is a legitimate contender to play in the playoffs, and they deserve to be where they are. They're a finesse team. Spencer Gann will be the first to tell you that you know, the teams that line up against him that go tackle to tackle and just run the ball, Weslaco, are the ones that scare him. But in this particular ball game coming up, Greyhounds may have a better chance than what you think, because they're coming up a team that does run the ball, but they're considered, talking with some of the announcers that covered them throughout the year, that said, you know, this is more of a finesse team, and if that's what you got, look out for a wild one in the next round for the Greyhounds.
This is where Spencer Gann hoped his team would be at this point in the season, Brendan, and this is where they are right now.
Yeah, and it's funny, too, to notice that the turnovers on Friday night, they overcame them. They did that a few times this season. I think a lot has to be said about San Benito, their ability to come back and win games after not playing the best game. They threw 3 interceptions against Pace. They came back to win that one. I'd like to see what they can do in the playoffs if they can play a good 4 quarters, not have a slow start, not have turnovers to overcome. I think they can give United a pretty good game. We talk about United being a finesse team, but they've got that running back, Greg, Billy Williams, who is going to be putting up some points for United.
Not only that, but they, you know, they've got a good quarterback that's thrown for over 3,000 yards and 41 touchdowns. This team scores a lot of points. They also take away a lot of turnovers. They got 34 takeaways this year. San Benito is going to have to score, and they're going to have to keep the ball. They got the same situation that Pace does, whom we're going to talk about in a minute. They've got to keep the ball. They've got to avoid turnovers, because Laredo teams will do this to you, man. They'll score points in bunches. I mean, they're not going to line up at you and go, go, go. But if they try to shock you with quick touchdowns and 14, 17-point runs. San Benito can win this game. It ain't going to be impossible. They just got to play a little bit more steady than they did against Edinburgh.